Diesel Whiskey Road Down the Rabbit Hole Bourbon Barrel Aged. Jesus Christ, that is a mouthful. Hey everybody, I'm okay, this is a cigar vlog. Alright, so I think this pretty effectively takes the cake for longest freaking name of a cigar, but this is part of Diesel's barrel aged line. We had the bourbon barrel aged as well as the sherry cask barrel aged. Well, sherry cask aged. So supposedly what that means is that the actual cigar itself, the tobaccos used to roll it, are aged in bourbon or sherry barrels. Bourbon barrels or sherry casks, depending on which one you get. This one is the bourbon barrel. Okay, focus on cigar, thank you. The strictness seems pretty good, except I noticed I have a little bit of a hole right here. I think this is just improper storage on my part. See, I think I can do a little better than that. I'm a little leery being out here because we had a nice little tornado warning, which means one was touched down a couple miles away. So hopefully that won't be a thing right now. And hopefully I'm not going to get dumped on because it looks like absolute hell overhead. So I'm pretty certain I have not actually done these before. I got a little confused because this one came as part of a 5-pack, but I also picked up a bundle that had another shorter one. I wasn't sure if I'd actually reviewed this already or not. Pretty sure I haven't. So, right off the bat, sweet. Good clean tobacco. No spice. I want to say a little cedary. Yeah, very cedary. I don't know if I'm necessarily getting anything off of the bourbon barrel age just yet. I think I am. It is kind of having that little, it does have a little bit of that bourbon flavor profile. A little sweet, little kind of almost vanilla-ish kind of, you know, just, if you've ever had good bourbon, it's kind of got that little bit of, a little bit of bourbon-ish quality to it. Neat. Alright, so we're going to get this down to the first inch and see how it turns out. Okay, what in the unholy hell is this? These were intentionally planted in the middle of a field, and I do not know why. Well, just another piece of weird-ass Colorado that defies explanation for the time being. Okay, about an inch in. You can probably see what the clouds look like behind me. Around about an inch in. Flavors are honestly getting a little spicy, which is not bad. Got a little bit of sweet, a little cedary. Definitely has a little bit of that kind of whiskey-ish, you know, bourbonish note. So I think the barrel aging actually does work. Also, I'm going to keep an eye on this little gooch here. I'm pretty sure it's just the wrapper that cracked. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that's just my fault because it's been kind of bouncing around there for a while. But anyway, yeah, so far, it's a little on the sweeter side, which is not bad. On a quick side note here, I was just walking around and I thought I saw like, originally like a hamburger bun stuck on the ground. It was a mushroom. Took a couple steps further, found what looked like a rock. It was, again, a mushroom. So I was just walking along, had kind of like an Oblivion Skyrim moment where it's just like you're walking along, you see an alchemy ingredient, and just boom, here you go. You got these big, huge mushrooms that like push their way up through like a huge pile of dirt. I could try to identify them, but I'm pretty sure it's just kind of like a overblown white field mushroom, basically a relative of the white button mushroom, which is where I insert the official disclaimer, do not eat any mushroom that you did not find in a grocery store under plastic. you will die. Painfully. Anyway, just thought I'd go ahead and share that with everybody real quick, just because I'm out here, I find stuff. Sometimes it's kind of cool. It's also kind of cool when you actually know what the actual mushroom is that you found. Every so often I find like a shaggy mane. If you don't know what that is, it's a type of ink cap that starts off with this long kind of, let's call it a long egg kind of shape, that eventually flares out like a fluffy look. And the gills do this thing called an auto-digest, where they basically just kind of squirgle up into this little black gunk. And that's how it ends up releasing its spores. I think it's technically a type of ink cap. So if you actually get them when they're like fresh and haven't like started fuzzing and turning into black gunk, I believe they are actually edible. But like I said, official disclaimer, you don't know how many dogs have peed on it. But anyway, nice little side note there. I'm kind of having to eyeball this and keep an eye on where the halfway point is, because given the ridiculous weather, I'm going to be tapping the ash every little bit, and I have been still using the ash to figure out where the halfway point is. So, fortunately this time I have a marker. And I'll get back to the halfway point and tell you if anything has woken up, changed, or gotten any different. Yeah, there's a little sweet in that. Okay, I think I pretty much a solid halfway point here. Apologies for any like wind or rain noise that happens to pop up. There was a seriously huge cloud bank that just came screaming through like a bat out of hell, and every so often likes to remind me it's very, very wet. So I'm going to try to stand in a place where I can hopefully shield a little bit of wind and not get rained on. Okay, so flavors have been excellent. A little sweet, a little spicy, a little earthy, smoky, occasionally a little cedar, a little vanilla. Complex, nuanced, a little creamish thing going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in this. Everybody's going to have a little bit of fun picking out one particular note or another, trying to see if they can taste that bourbon barrel age. And obviously, I can definitely recommend smoking this with a bourbon. Or your favorite coffee, whatever. But anyway, like I said, flavors have been good, and the weather is getting a little schizophrenic, and I'm going to end up getting this down on the nub and finishing up, and hopefully this wrapper futz will not end up impacting things too negatively. This is definitely going to require a touch-up or two, and I'm going to say this here is my fault entirely. So anyway, so far, been an excellent cigar. The aroma, by the way, coming off of this is amazing. Definitely smoke with friends. They will actually probably give you a little bit of applause for it. Flip a lounge with that just sweet, inviting, just classic, just wonderful smell. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get this down to the nub here, and hopefully not have the weather turn completely psychotic on me. Alright, that is a Stoat. And that is a pair of very nervous ducks. So I'm pretty sure the little Stoat just ran down through that tunnel over there. I just happened to see him bouncing around. And I'm pretty sure he's terrorizing the jackrabbits out in the field. Okay, got a little bit further to go, but I'd say this is as good a point as any to go ahead and wrap this up. It's been windy enough to be kind of a little messing with my burn a little bit. It's getting a little lopsided. But so far, flavors have been actually pretty good. Fairly consistent, too. Seems like after the halfway point, you get a little bit more of the kind of bourbonish note. Retrohale has kind of a sweet, bready, smoky, bourbony note to it as well. This is kind of wanting to go out on me. Gee, it's almost like I should maybe stop trying to film the ducks and instead focus on smoking my cigar. Yeah, so far, for the price, I'd say definitely worth it. You get a little sweet, a little spicy, a little smoky, occasionally a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cedar, slightly bready, bourbonish retrohale. Overall, not bad. And I can't say enough about the aroma of this thing. Just the standard smoke that it puts off, just aromatically, wonderful. Otherwise, burn issues aside, I'm kind of chalking those to being me and smoking out in the wind. Yeah, definitely worth it. Clouds have been a little touchy. So every so often I get really big gust of wind like this that pops up, or start getting spat on by the cloud, you know. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. So far, excellent cigar. If you can afford them, definitely check them out. Definitely check out a 5-pack if you can. Otherwise, not a whole lot else to say. Pair with your favorite bourbon, be it Jim Beam or Woodford Reserve. Pair with a good coffee. Yeah, if you're gonna do a coffee, I'd say probably a latte or something. Just something a little mellower instead of just like over the top coffee, you know. Yeah, or not, excellent cigar. Check them out. Beyond that, not much else to say. So, I'm going to wrap this up and see about scooting on out of here before I get completely dumped on. But anyway, if you like this review and any other review, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if I was a little too quiet. Beyond that, check out my Twitch stream Sunday to Friday night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. If you can't make it live, it will be on YouTube. I will get around to linking that on my main page. I just had to sit down and do it. Anyway, kind of losing my train of thought here, so I'm just going to get out of here. That's pretty much all I got for this one. Shake them out if you can. All right, that's it. I'll see you next time.